Reimagine, create, innovate. In the context of the European Year of Creativity and Innovation 2009, the Committee of the Regions hosted a two-day forum to showcase best practices and to reflect on the importance of creativity and innovation for the economic and social development of Europe's regions and cities. 100 young creative talents from 24 European cities and regions were invited to meet each other and share their experiences in creativity and innovation, and to contribute to the debates which gathered experts in regional and urban development, creative industries and innovation from throughout Europe. The Committee of the Regions Creative Regions and Cities Forum sought to identify the essence of creativity. Where and how does it flourish? To learn from successful examples and identify how it can be nurtured in Europe's cities and regions through local and European actions. In economic terms, Dr. Lisa de Propis emphasised the importance of creativity to stimulate the economy, create jobs and harness young people's energy.
If we look at why creative and cultural industry matter, the first thing that springs to mind is really the fact that they have a very strong weight within the European economy. If you are familiar with the recent dates, you can see that actually in terms of jobs, they account for more than 6 million across the European Union.
And in today's harsh economic climate, it's important to keep the faith.
Talent is made of curiosity, obsession and dogged endurance combined with a lot of self-criticism. What is sure that talents only can grow on fertile grounds. And here, of course, is a role for those who have responsibility at local level, be it for arts and culture, for education, for urban development, for universities and so on. And I'm sure that 100 talents we have invited today, you, to Brussels, have a lot to tell about necessary fertile grounds.
Many of these young creative innovators expressed difficulties with obtaining financial or other support. There were no recipes to follow, just good practices and good guidelines at European level. How the government helps ideas to get realised is the important thing. Finance ideas to bring them to market and work at partnerships, says Juliet Williams. Politicians are asked to help people to realise their dreams. Sometimes quite simple support could facilitate a young creative's dream. As Brussels fashion designer Barbara Ripoll said,
"My wish is that Brussels gives some room or some space 1 year for people like me who are developing a project."
Skateboard park organiser Rosa McCreary from Newcastle desired a building to train the kids in. Italian publisher Marianna Martino lamented that not even in Italy could she find financial support and wanted the city of Turin to...
They could just listen to young people and their needs.
For architect Mia Hägg,
in order to do a successful project, regardless the budget, regardless the schedule, there needs to be a good working relation between the client and the architect or the urban planner.
Networking and meeting other innovative people, the focus of the Creative Regions and Cities Forum, was also needed. European Commissioner Jan Fiegel explains what Europe can do.
Europe helps at least to raise awareness, but secondly we also support by practical means like our programs and projects, policies and activities which are supportive.
One challenge is to keep highly skilled creative people in their local rural communities, so that aspirations are raised and people do not feel the need to leave. Being prepared to take risks was another oft-repeated theme.
Teaching people to be creative is inevitably you're teaching them to take risks.
If you support the creative area, it has to be risk-taking and it's not controllable. So from a policy point of view, you have to make these two things kind of go together. That's the challenge.
Relax the rules, change our thinking, find a new way of working, support entrepreneurship, support networks and community-based networks, and involve those who will be impacted, the people living there.
show some leadership in a sense to say, okay, all this has to be implemented at the regional level, bottom-up, which is already practicing. The structure is there for a real bottom-up, local implementation of policy.
Designing right takes time.
My best advice is to start local meeting places.
It would be nice to find out places and the good practices abroad where you can bring your politicians.
The message to the European politicians is to maybe change the mindset, develop this educational system to understand the future which lies in the creative and knowledge sector.